Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video with the WWE. It's one of our biggest events of the summer. It is Money in the Bank, but it could change the face of our company going forward. Bringing today's show from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, and we've managed to nearly sell out. Decent crowd here, 69,616 in attendance. So before we crack in, as always guys, thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch the show. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a like. Any comments on the show, on your own saves, on wrestling in general, please let me know. And as always, don't forget to check out the guys on the Fancy Booker subreddit and the Grey Dog software forums. So, let's crack on. A long show to get through, but hopefully you guys enjoy it, as we have Money in the Bank. So we start off, because of the stacked show, we'll get an hour worth of pre-show matches, and guys that couldn't get on the card are featuring in this 10-man tag, which saw the baby faces prevail, and it was a decent match that saw Adam Cole, Rusev, AJ Styles, Grand Metalik, and Ricochet defeat the team of Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Zack Sabre Jr., Pete Dunne, and Marty Scurll, when Ricochet got the fast roll-up on Zack Sabre Jr., just shy of 12 minutes. A B80, a solid opener. Pete Dunne was off his game, but again, it's just getting these guys on the show, keeping them happy. Best performances there from the likes of Ricochet, Adam Cole, and Randy Orton. A few skill increases as well, which I like to see, but just keeping morale high with these guys because they're obviously going to be valuable assets going forward. Next up, we've got a bit of tag team action from the NXT division, the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was a pre-show bout. I had subpar wrestling and little heat. We had Killian Dane team up with Tyler Breeze to defeat the Offers of Pain in 11:28 when Killian Dane defeats Rezar with the Ban River boot, meaning that Killian Dane and Tyler Breeze are your first NXT Tag Champions in this new inception of them, or new reincarnation. But a C64, pretty happy with that. Akam and Rezar have been okay for me, but I really want to push forward the likes of Killian Dane. And maybe using it in a kind of Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler theme with these two. So overall, very happy. A few skill increases there for the Offers of Pain. Next up, we've got James Ellsworth out, being the arrogant, cocky self that he's been recently. Obviously, he's now over on our Women's Revolution show, getting his ass kicked every week. So he issues an open challenge, and John Cena decides that he's going to come out and beat up James Ellsworth. So a C64. Didn't have a storyline for Cena, so I thought nice little introduction for him. He came out of it looking excellent, whilst James Ellsworth looked terrible. And that match is obviously next. Terrible wrestling match. John Cena wins in 1 minute 41 with the attitude adjustment, a C-57. As you can see there, John Cena with a 69 performance. The guy's over as hell, but the physical decline has just destroyed him. And James Ellsworth, with a 40, does his job. You can see there a few negatives, but also our storytelling match of the evening. Then if a hype video for Tetsuya Naito, he's on the pre-show, just hyping him up, obviously, one of our star signings. I'll be 79 for him. His match against Cesaro was pretty good, and he defeats Cesaro in 14:55 with a flying splash. The B78, as you can see, quite a difference in in-ring performance skills, but that's mostly on the basis that Cesaro's had a far bigger decline in physical ability. Naito's starting to get it, so again Cesaro, like John Cena, will be phased down the card, and unfortunately, out the company. So we start off the show with a segment in the ring, instead of our hype video, because obviously Roman Reigns leaves for New Japan next week and he's still our World Heavyweight Champion. So it's obviously Shane just basically saying, or user character, mark his words, he is leaving here with that, he's not leaving here sort of with that championship belt, that will remain WWE property. They get into an argument, and it's an A-star 100, so a lot of good ratings there. Show off their strong start, crowd hotter, Roman looks good. Surely Roman Reigns can't leave this show as champion. Opening match, about that great wrestling and decent action from the crowd, with Samoa Joe defeat Jey Uso in 18:45 with the Kakuna Clutch. A very good B plus 88, which probably would easily be in the 90s should there not have been a lack of psychology, which made the match drift a little. But it got the crowd hotter. A good opener, as I say, Samoa Joe returned at the last pay-per-view and beat up Jey Uso, so obviously they were going to have a match here. Good chemistry between them, which is nice to know. Didn't know that. And the storyline between them has gained heat. It makes you wonder if the psychology was there and the storyline had a bit more behind it. That would have been a very, very good match. So overall, still very pleased with that opener. So Samoa Joe just says, this is just a warning, a statement being made. I will be that champion again, just a matter of time. So that's an A93 for Joe's promo. Next up, we get the over-the-top entrance, a bit of opera and a bit of playing the guitar and just chilling about with Elias and Aiden English making their entrance to an A92. And they're in a match, a triple threat match for the Tag Team Championships, the World Tag Team Championships. The decent wrestling match though. So the Coffee Brothers defeat Red Dragon and Elias and Aiden English, first eliminating Red Dragon, then Elias and Aiden, as the Coffee Brothers retain in a B81. Quite encouraging as well to see that the two best performances in the match were also from the Coffees, so that means we could get a good push for them down the line. So overall, very happy with that. Good run for the tag division. Next up, speaking of tag division, it was the Women's Shine Tag Team Championships in the line, and it was a decent matchup that saw Charlotte and Bayley defeat Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan from You Only Live Once, when Bayley defeated Sarah Logan with the Hugplex, thus meaning new Women's Shine Champions, and that is Charlotte and Bayley with the belts. Amazing that Charlotte can go off her game and still bring an 86 performance that is above everyone else. But these are the two main members of the Only Live One stable. So a good matchup for them and a good place to showcase them. Worryingly, a lot of inconsistencies though. And after the matchup, let's have them hug it out. Let's have a celebration for Bayley and Charlotte and a B plus 83. Next up, we had the European Championship in the line, a decent matchup. Saw a couple of feuds come together, and it was Tommaso Ciampa defeating Big E, EC3 and Bo Dallas in 14:27 when Tommaso Ciampa defeats Big E with the Project Ciampa. Ciampa makes his third defence of the European title, so keeping it on him. Had to protect Bo Dallas here, but it's just basically to end that feud and get him away from the European Championship. He's bigger than it, so is Tommaso, but I quite like the idea of him having a belt at this moment in time with the IC tied up with Seth at the moment. So overall, very pleased. Good performances from Bo and from Tommaso. Big E and EC3 not quite on their level. Few negatives. EC3 with declining physical ability as well. Massive shame that so many guys were going to have to phase out that might not even make it to WrestleMania next year. Next up, we've got Shane McMahon. He's not turning heel as the text said there. It's just basically our user character going around the participants in the World Heavyweight Championship match, just saying you've got to take that title back, get it away from Roman Reigns. So he's speaking to Baron Corbin, saying you can be that guy, comes our champion. So A91, Corbin's performance was good. Next up, we had a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, where we had The Miz defeat Chad Gable in 1940 by 2 falls to 1 in a 2 out of 3 falls match when he illegally used the ropes for leverage. Disappointing only got a B81, but as much I'm pushing both guys, Miz is in line for a big push going forward, so he had to get the win here to get a bit of overness. Actually, surprisingly, no negatives there, but a disappointing match. I'd expected that to hopefully have gotten an A, but regardless, it shows where these guys are. And yeah, both guys will have a good future in the WWE. You can't push everyone at once, unfortunately, and I think and these two guys suffer because of the depth in the main event scene. So yeah, quite cool. And yeah, we'll carry on. Xavier Woods cutting a promo hyping up his match with Marthel. Marthel is the Cruiserweight Champion against the NXT Champion, so a B79. Woods is getting better his gimmick. The match itself was for Barthel's NXT Heavyweight Championship, really just to put a bit of exposure on that and a bit of exposure on him, and showing that we will be putting the NXT titles on the line on pay-per-views as well. A decent wrestling match, not a lot of heat, and Barthel picks up the win over Xavier Woods in 13:32 by pinfall, making the first defence of the NXT Championship. A BA, pretty solid. Woods with a better performance, but yeah, going forward, as I say, two guys that are going to do well. I think I did make this all out. Yep, and that kind of did affect Marcel Barthel, but that's the plan with the NXT Championship. It is going to be a lot of guys going all out to put on the best match possible. Then we've got Shane McMahon backstage again, this time saying, Velveteen Dream, it's time for you to realise your dream and take that title off Roman Reigns. So, A94, Velveteen comes across as a real star. Pretty happy with that. Next up, we had the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and it was a decent matchup that saw Mia Yim pick up the win over Paige, Toni Storm, Nikki Cross, Ruby Riott, and the talented Rhea Ripley in 14:39 when Mia retrieved the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase. 3 minutes 74 is not too bad because of the stipulation will make the match a lot poorer than it would be. Rhea Ripley off her game, but a lot of good performances there. You could argue, as I say, Ruby Riott, as I say, not quite where we want her. Rhea Ripley was putting people over and off her game, so we can let her be a bit poorer. But Nikki Cross, Toni Storm, Paige were always putting good performances. And nice to see the little note there that Mia Yim had a strong connection with the young female demographic who really liked her winning. So yeah, as I say, I'm doing plans of a Mia Yim push going forward, so a good win for her in this instance. A few negatives there, I'd actually make it storytelling on the main card, booking decisions, again because we had to keep Paige looking strong because of her overness, but it gives the match some star power, a good win for Mia Yim. Next up, Dean Ambrose has got a promo on Kazuchika Okada. I'll get his name right one time, but basically just saying to Okada, you know, you just can't come across here and think you're the man. I'm Dean Ambrose and I'll be the man for pretty much 8 years I'd imagine now in game in the WWE, and yeah, he's not going to let him stand in his way. Just wanted to continue their feud. Match itself could have been a bit better, but great wrestling though, and good heat. Okada picks up the win over Ambrose in 23:04 with a German suplex. So a good matchup, B plus 85. Let's have a look and see what affected it. Booking decisions, yep, Dean Ambrose was a bit reluctant to put Okada over, but that'll always affect the match a little bit. But if it builds another star out of Okada in America, I'm all for it. Next up, we had the men's Money in the Bank match. And even though it was a ladder match, still delivered with an amazing A91. And it was a bout that had great wrestling and good heat. It was Kevin Owens who defeated Sami Zayn, Kota Ibushi, Andreas Gianalmas, Braun Strowman, and Kenny Omega in 26:59 when Kevin Owens retrieved the item. During the matchup, as he was going to win it, Kevin Owens turned on Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. So yeah, pretty much Sami Zayn ready to grab that briefcase, and his friend, his tag team partner, Punch. Sami's hopes of being champion again just go before him, and Kevin Owens wins Money in the Bank. What a horrible, horrible individual Kevin Owens is. You can see there all good performances there. Kenny 182 disappointing, but will continue his push going forward. Complete the turn on Kevin Owens. Motionless above average. Complete success with a turn. Good to see. What next? But a fantastic ladder match. Has surprised the gimmick match. Got an A91. After the matchup, Kevin Owens celebrates to an A89. We then have an outstanding match for the WWE Tag Team titles. It pretty much writes its script here. The Good Brothers against, the Bucks. Just basically a bit of friendly competition. But about had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Fergal Devitt and Carl Anderson defeat the Young Bucks in 21:41 when Fergal Devitt defeats Matt Jackson with a brainbuster. Devitt and Anderson make the second defence of their tag team titles. Devitt head and shoulders above everyone else, with Nick Jackson the weak link. A96 is very good, continuing the theme of having an over guy in the tag division just to really help boost everyone. But I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn done well, and now Devitt and Anderson have great chemistry, or excellent chemistry together. We'll continue that, but good to see the Bucks putting in a good performance as well, and that certainly will not be the last we see these two tandems collide, so very pleased with that. Next up, Bray Wyatt makes an over-the-top entrance. Lantern, fireflies, you name it. B plus 86 as we get ready for our WWE Championship match. Night itself stole the show with another good performance in A95. About that had great wrestling and good heat as Daniel Bryan defeats Bray Wyatt in 21-18 with cattle mutilation, yes lock, no lock, whatever you want to call it. His submission finisher. Bray taps out. It's the third championship defence for Daniel Bryan. Storyline advances, gaining heat, and two very solid 92 rated performances. My only fear, of course, would have been Bray Wyatt's stamina, because he obviously, no matter how many long matches I put in it, it doesn't seem to improve his stamina. Still a great athlete, I think he is. I don't see stamina being an issue, being a problem in your life. And then that horrible note of Daniel Bryan being penalised for declining physical ability. It's bad that it's happening to guys like that, I can accept, but when it happened to Jason Jordan, who's 33, it's quite worrying that a lot of this card is going to change within the next 12 to 24 months. Next up, we've got our IC titles. I've put the IC title above the WWE Championship for the Raw side of things. Drew cuts a promo on Seth Rollins. He's just said, he's been properly focused and he wants that IC title. He's finally got his opportunity in Raw. He's going to show, many months ago he was the chosen one, and now he's going to show, why he was that. Why he was the chosen one, why Vince McMahon put his faith in Drew. Expect this to steal the show. I don't know if it will. It's okay. About that sensational wrestling and great heat. Drew McIntyre defeats Seth Rollins in 22:01 by pinfall with a handful of tights, meaning that Drew McIntyre is your new Intercontinental Champion. I just felt it was right to change it over, give Drew his moment as champion. In A93, great to know they've got great chemistry. I didn't actually know that, so that's good to know going forward, and it showed in their performances as both guys put a 99 in. Storyline advances. Drew improving flying skills. You can see there, all done, tainted finish, and to work their way to a big finish. That's good as well. So slow build as always. And yeah, negatives. Drew's inconsistency and Corey Graves announcing. Which, no matter how much we go into the save, it's not the greatest stats for the start of the database because it's an old database, but hey, hopefully over time it'll improve. Not looking likely though. Next up, Drew celebrates to a BA plus 85, so that's good to see. Crowd boos him, etc. Then have our co-main event. Yes, the Women's Revolution is getting their spotlight they deserve, and Becky Lynch says that she will defend her championship against Sasha. And she says, they're the two, the four horsewomen. It's good to see that two of them are getting on perfectly fine. But for Sasha, there's no coming back. She's just been a complete bitch for the whole time. And Becky's going to keep what she rightly deserves, to be honest, because she's the best. And WWE, give her the championship in real life. She deserves it. Anyway, matchup itself. Get high hopes for it. It's not bad. Possibly could have been a bit better, maybe put it a bit lower in the card, but we're trying to push women's wrestling as much as we can in this series, as much to get them as that A-star rating. So yeah, I'm quite happy to put them in that card, position in the card, and we'll continue to do so. But out with good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, and Becky defeats Sasha Banks in 21-27 by submission with the Sarma, and Becky Lynch makes her second defence of the women's title. 93 for Becky, 82 for Sasha. And yeah, overall very happy with that. No negatives. It's really just, again, getting these ladies all at the same level. So we've got Becky up there, Sasha just behind with Charlotte as well. Dana's run about there, but of course maternity leave. And then after that, you've maybe got Paige. Let's try to get the ladies up to that level, which what we're trying to do on the Women's Revolution show. Next up, it's main event time. Roman Reigns cuts a promo, just cuts it in Dream, but he's cutting it in everyone. He's just saying, he's going to secure this match. He knows the fans still respect him, but he's going to destroy his three opponents. He's going to walk out with a championship belt. And who knows, maybe he'll defend the World Heavyweight Championship in New Japan or Ring of Honor. I'm sure I've heard that promo before. So the match itself, how will it go down? Oh, I'm nervous. and it's absolutely amazing. A superb matchup sees Roman Reigns defeat the Velveteen Dream, Jimmy Uso, and Baron Corbin in 25:09 when he defeated Corbin by pinfall. We also had Luke Harper come in and try and attack Roman Reigns, but Roman overcame the odds because Roman's the best, because I've just been watching too much Raw and that's what WWE tell me to think. But no, great performance by Roman. He is really good in this mod. We've pushed him, greatly. His fifth title defence of the World Heavyweight Championship. A great matchup by our four competitors. 4 good ratings as well. What does this mean for the World Heavyweight Championship? Are we going to lose a world title? Is SmackDown doomed? Of course not. Because a freestyle angle was called, and he's cashing in. After the matchup, Kevin Owens comes in, beats the crap out of Roman Reigns, pop-up powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So the heel turn of the century on his friend Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens kicks it off with a fantastic angle to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. There's a reason I moved the pay-per-view forward a bit before Roman was leaving. This was why. Perfect opportunity to put it in KO. It was the Money in the Bank, if I'm being truthfully honest, was between Kenny and Kevin. But as soon as the Reigns contract stuff happened, it was always going on Kevin Owens. And yeah, I had to do it. And it also means that Reigns will be available for SmackDown. I can job him out to about 4 or 5 people over the course of that show. And yeah, hopefully he loses as much overness as possible before going to New Japan. I'm not bad, honest. Overall, wow, holy fuck, did not expect that. It is another A-star 100 show. Maybe the angle helped that. It increases our popularity in 40 regions. Didn't expect that. I'm not going to lie. I was maybe thinking 94, 95. But yeah, I suppose when you look at it, good promos near the end, and it really just shows that you don't need your co-main to deliver as long as the main event delivers. I mean, not saying that the women's match was horrible, by far certainly not. Probably is better than the main events I was getting when I first started the series, but overall, so many good matches. You saw how I book. I give the wrestlers as much time to do what they do, which is wrestle and put on the best show possible. And yeah, it's just completely stacked. So I think here we'll go Kevin Owens, we'll go Becky, and we'll go Sasha. We'll compliment them. I just go with the nice seasoning. I don't want to drive drama or anything. I just want to make sure everybody's happy. We kick on, we move on to the next show. Next show, of course, will be the Mixed Match Challenge, which will be at the end of this month. So looking forward to that. As I say, it's a little bit of change of pace, and then next month we'll have the pay-per-views for both SmackDown and Raw. Alright, so looks like we've got another bidding war, but great success for Money in the Bank. That's good to see. And yeah, so we're going to have a bidding war for Jonathan Fatu's contract. Ironically, I will probably give him the money because, well, Wrestler of the Year. I know Roman was close, but I would quite like to keep the Usos in this save, even though they are on separate brands. But yeah, happy with that. So I'll fix that. Kofi needs to get some wins. That's cool. Nikki Cross needs some wins. Fair enough. I've not booked her great. Same as Zack Sabre Jr. Using them to put people over. But a 4.76, that's not bad considering we just did a pay-per-view 2 weeks ago. We'll go back onto the network for a wee while. $9 for our drug tests. And Paige likes Rhea Ripley. Ergo Devitt doesn't like Razar. Roman Reigns doesn't like Nick Jackson. Velveteen Dream doesn't like Nikki Bella. So I'm going to keep them up anyway so I can fix the contract situation with Fatu. So yeah, just a wee thing there. Nikki Cross, Mojo William Regal unhappy because they went on the pay-per-view. Dash Cesaro and Sami Baines are leaving the company, just thinning out the Women's Revolution roster. But yeah, overall we're in a good place. Not that it matters, but our size is in a good place. We're the biggest company possible. We made a loss last year. We're certainly not going to make a loss this year. Yeah, this month, sorry. Yeah, but as I say, that was purely in the purchase of NXT, and it's millions. But yeah, things are looking good. And there we see it. World Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Owens. Roman's had that since the Rumble. He'll leave as an icon and go to Japan. Interesting to see how he works in Japan, what kind of ratings they get. But it gives them some star power, and maybe gives the some competition in the save rather than just us dominating and taking everything else. We've certainly dampened them by taking Okada, so I don't mind losing Roman Reigns because it adds a bit of freshness. It means we can push other people because although I'm not the biggest Roman fan in real life because of the stuff he's constantly pushed down our throats, I gave him the push on here because it was a good opportunity to feel like WWE are doing so, but it was to keep that balance of just making it instead of just being a proper or the smarky kind of fans' favourites, if you know what I mean, and actually bringing some of the guys that WWE want to get pushed. So it's getting that fine balance in that. But overall, you'll get jobbed out next show. Probably lose to like James Ellsworth or something. But yeah, that'll be it. As I say, next episode will be Mixed Match Challenge. It'll be the 4th week of June. After that, we've got Battleground for Raw and the Bash for SmackDown before a 5-week run to SummerSlam. So I say, cheers for watching. Remember, if there is any kind of side events you'd like to see, as I say, I mentioned potentially doing like a UK show, UK type division, or a one-off television special. Anything you'd like to see like that, any type of events you'd like to see, like the Mixed Match Challenge, as I say, the Faction Wars will definitely happen at one point. I'm trying to get maybe that fit in July, maybe into August. I don't want to take everything to that bit between Hell in a Cell and the Survivor Series. So if you get any ideas for that, let us know. We'll try and get as many shows done as possible. If they're small shows, I don't mind doing the extra video during the week and all that. That just brings a different episode in the Wednesday. So anything like you want to see, again, let us know your ideas. You can either leave it in the comments section or drop us a tweet at 21 Maxwell, as always. So just watching, guys. Much appreciated for taking the time out to watch this lengthy video. And yeah, thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.